All right, first and foremost, give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Kakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of great millstone who rule well and who is worthy to be counted for double honors. And peace and salutations to you brothers out there pushing this truth wholeheartedly and sincerely and for the love of the gospel. It's your brother Gabaria from the Indiana camp. Come back at you again with another sit down to basically talk about I don't know exactly. It's a lot of titles that's running through my head right now. One I was thinking about earlier, it was 3 strikes, you're out, Esau. You're not gonna get another. You're not getting another chance. You had your time. Now it's our time. Whichever the spirit allows me to title this video. But basically, it circles around that Esau had his reign, and he's not getting another one after this. All right. So basically, America is his last hoorah, if you will. It's his last a kingdom that he's going to rule in. After this, he gets no more. All right. So because the last past kingdoms that's been ruling has been him. All right. If you want to exclude the Byzantine Empire, which was ruled by Jake, if you want to exclude that, the last couple kingdoms that's been ruling was all by the so-called white man. All right. That's why he says civilization has started with the Greeks. All right. Because that's when Esau actually came into power, when Alexander the Greek, as is prophesied in the book of Daniel and in the book of Revelations, that when he came into power and when he came into power and he took down the Persian Medial Empire, that's when Esau actually, started to rule. All right. And then when the Greeks eventually fell and the Romans came up into power, he was still, because he was the Romans. All right. Matter of fact, there's this book called the Roman Empire, the Empire of the Edomites. All right. And it goes into that the Romans were basically are the descendants of Esau. All right. So, and now here it is. We're here up under the so-called white man and his rulership in America. All right. So now this is his third, this is basically his third, it's going to be his third strike. All right. He struck out when he was with the Greeks. He struck out when he was with Roman. He struck out when he was Rome. Now he's going to strike out when he's with America. All right. Which this place, America, is basically Greek, Rome, all them ancient kingdoms all back together, because, Esau doesn't have his own thought pattern. He has to copy from other nations and other people, So that's basically why we say this place is Rome all over again. Matter of fact, in the book of Revelations, it talks about how this place, how Rome deadly wound was healed. All right. And how was it healed? Back when the Renaissance, all right, which the word Renaissance basically means rebirth, So basically, Esau's not going to get not a chance after this, all right? When we get our kingdom, when the Israelites, starting with Yahushua and King David on down, when we get our kingdom established, it's not going to be no other heathen nation rules up after us, all right? Because it's prophesied and it's destined that our kingdom is going to last forever, all right? It's going to be as the book of Isaiah says, what a world without end. All right. So without further ado, I'm gonna hop straight into the scriptures. This is Job chapter 20 and verse 9. It says, "The eye which saw him shall see him no more." Right. Well, basically this chapter is basically talking about Esau and his downfall. All right. You go into it, is basically talks about in the fullness of his sufficiency. Basically, the Lord shall strike him through with the iron bow, with the glittering arrow, which is talking about the missiles. All right. So right when this man right when this man thinks he has everything completed, when he has the world within his grasp, the Lord is going to basically come in and strike him through. All right. And he says, and after that, he's going into 1,000 years of slavery. That's what this scripture is getting into. It says, "And the eyes which saw him shall see him no more." Right. They're not going to see him in power anymore. All right. And eventually he's going to be put off the earth. All right. After he serves 1,000 years of rigorous slavery to the Israelites, then guess what? It's going to be one big bonfire, and every Edomite is going to be eradicated. Every Edomite is going to be annihilated from the planet Earth. All right. It's not going to be they're going to be the first a nation to go extinct. All right. Because every nation that was created back in the days of Noah, and in the days after, it's still back today. All right. The Ammonites, the Moabites, the Hamites, the Ishmaelites, the Japhites. All these people are still back today. All right. Even Edomites. because he'll tell you that Edomites was been eradicated, which that's not true, because they're the Edomites. All right, but they're going to be the first nation to be basically eradicated off the planet Earth, man. All right, after that 1,000 years of slavery, I'm gonna keep saying that, man, because you're not getting out that you're not getting out that pickle. All right, you're not just gonna get let off easy like that. You've been terrorizing the earth well over 1,000 years, and you think you're just gonna get off that easy? No, man. No, you rule, like I said, man. You rule when you was the Greeks. You rule when you was the Romans. Now you ruling. Now you ain't gonna. No, you have a lot to pay for, man. And that 1,000 years is man. That 1,000 years is gonna be the worst time. That's gonna be generate. You're gonna come back and die and come back. And it's gonna be completely miserable, man. All right, you thought you ruled. You thought you ruled with rigor. You thought you ruled with an iron fist. We gonna show you. We gonna show you how. Well, let me back up, because we're not gonna rule with an iron fist. We're not gonna be tyrants on the planet Earth. We're actually gonna be righteous rulers. But it's still gonna be tyranny to you, because you think righteousness is wrong. All right. So you ever do good? Matter of fact, I remember this is one cartoon. It was this one cartoon. The guy was evil, but the protagonist of the cartoon, he was really the protagonist was good, and the evil guy was like, ugh, goodness, it disgusts me. Look at all the kindness you're doing, So basically, he was evil, but the goodness that the protagonist was doing, it was like disgusting to the evil guy. He didn't like it, because he's, look at that kindness. Look at the generosity that you're giving. It disgusts me. So that's how Esau's gonna be in the kingdom, man. All this righteousness going around. He's gonna see women in order. Things are gonna be in so unity and so harmonized. He's just gonna look at it like, it disgusts me. It's gonna boil his blood, just like how we get vexed now when we see wickedness. It's gonna be vexing him when he sees righteousness, man. So let me go back to this. It says, the eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. Right, man. So the places that you dwelled, you're not gonna have it's not gonna behold you no more, because America's gonna be destroyed with thermonuclear missiles, man. All right, by your own people, really by the Lord, but he's gonna use your people to do it. All right, which is Russians, which are also Edomites. All right. And after that, man, it's game over for you. You're not getting another rule after that. All right. You're not getting another renaissance. All right. We're not going to make the same mistake that we did back in the 1400s. All right. When you took the Byzantium down with the Ottoman Turks. All right. We're not going to make that same mistake. All right. Matter of fact, let me get this. This is Revelation chapter 13 and verse 2. It says, and the beast which I saw unto like a leopard, and his feet were like the feet of a bear, and his mouth on the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave his power and his seat and the great authority. And I saw, which basically that's going into John the Revelator, basically seeing on the island of Patmos. He's seeing your rulership start. All right. He's seeing what the leopard, which represents the Greeks, It talks about that in the book of Daniel, how the Greeks are represented as a leopard. All right. How fastly they rose up into power, man. All right. Starting with who? Alexander the Greek first, man. It says, and with the feet is like the feet of a bear, because Russia is going to be the end of this place. All right. That bear is represented as Russia. And it's not by happenstance that Russia's national animal is the bear. All right. So Russia is going to be basically the end of this place, man. It's going to be the end of America. All right. Hold on.